Hello everyone, today we're going to be doing some Talisman as if there's a nice shiny new update as if I see. Exactly did this update. It dropped yesterday. So now there's a whole challenge board system. Currently we've got, the missions haven't updated, the challenges haven't updated yet. It does say 9 hours remaining, so I suppose they update at like 10 PM. You can get like special cosmetics, things for your profile, and whatnot, but and then get onto the leaderboard. For some reason, it didn't really get a whole lot of. I guess maybe because I think maybe some of the previous streams I've done of Talisman didn't count because they were before the whole situation with my hard drive happened. And so like I currently have 0 challenge points because I've not completed any challenges as just yet. Though right here is me messing around with the challenge update on my own time yesterday. Let's start a new game. I think we'll do at the very least. Let's see. Alright, so we need the Frostmart, the Reaper, and the base game legendary deck enabled minimum. So you know what, what I've been thinking is go for like all the, every physically released expansion except for the Harbinger and the Cataclysm, plus the 3 digital exclusive expansions. That gets a nice variety of things, and let's enable the base game legendary deck because it's required in order to complete one of the monthly challenges. Because one of the monthly challenges is to defeat a legendary dragon. Alright, so we've got Fire Wizard. At the start of your turn, you may gain 1 spell if your craft allows. You may hurl a Pyroblast whenever you're about to engage in battle with a character or a creature, or roll and add your craft. If the score is higher than the character's strength, you must lose 1 life. If the score is higher than the creature's strength, it is killed. Enemies killed may not be taken as trophies. If the score is equal to or lower than the character or creature's strength, the Pyroblast has no effect and the battle is resolved normally, except you may not roll a die after your attack roll. You're not affected by a Dragon's Breath attack. So I think I'll go with the Dragon Priestess. That was what I was playing on my own time. Got Twist of Fate and Spell Scorch. So we've got the Alchemist, the Necromancer, the Ogre Chieftain, the Vampire Hunter, and the Sprite. Oh, it just now registered that on my own time I completed the challenge to restore fate at the graveyard. So that seems to be a bit of wonkiness with the update. Ooh, a riding horse. Definitely gonna take that. You know, always nice to start off with something like that. And with the Merchant's Guild, whenever a character starts their turn and does not have any gold, they may gain 1 gold. The first character reaches the crown of command with 20 or more gold wins the game. Ooh. So that's going to help with one of the challenges, because literally one of the challenges is find 25 gold, and I'm pretty sure that 1 gold you get when you have no gold, will count. Okay, now I'm in 617th place on the leaderboards, those for challenges, because I have a grand total of 25 challenge points. Like this is the Merchant's Guild is definitely a good ending for any challenge involving gold, since it especially incentivizes getting a lot of gold. Plus, I can just sort of cycle through my gold continually, since I just start out with 1, and so then I can pay 1 for various things and get another 1 gold each time. Granted, it's not the best way to do things strategically as far as reaching the actual win condition, but already somebody's suffering Dragon Rage, which I don't have to worry about that because Dragon Priestess specifically doesn't have to deal with that. There's an elemental to fight, maybe for the monthly challenge. And now it's Grelipit. This is a Dragon Lord, which I think the Dragon King is the proper term. Oh, and the sprite starting off with the temporal vortex. Guess I'll just sit back and wait while the sprite does her thing. Just goes into the lens and immediately walks right back out. paper dragon and can go to sleep. Oh. Brain horse isn't something that you activate. It is just automatic. Whoever character rolls a die for movement, they must roll an additional die. So it's not automatic, it's just not giving me the opportunity to use my horse. Well, that's completely useless for me because I'm evil. Just spends gold to buy some wood, and then turns the wood back into gold. Like that. I guess that's a good way to keep it from cluttering up your inventory, but like, it doesn't even take up inventory space because it's a trinket. And like, if you don't want a material, why even buy one? Like, well, I guess you can use it to just sort of cycle through the materials until you get the one you want. But then again, with the ending we have in play, you don't even really need to do that to be able to just visit Cog repeatedly and cycle through the materials. Because if you run out of money, you're automatically going to get only get one gold from the ending anyway, so Super Chieftain is just having a horrible time. We haven't even drawn anything from the legendary deck yet. I guess really, if we really wanted to do something with a temporal warp, I could have spell scorched it. And now that I think about it, yeah, it's too late now. Yeah, I guess this particular event just shuts off the ability to use anything and to go any faster. And we've got a legendary ogre. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Because, you know, best I could get, it was maybe an 8. It's not even a legendary dragon, because at least a legendary dragon, and I could front and worship that, and instead just offer it up my twist fate or something, and if I defeat it eventually, I'll get to complete one of those monthly challenges. Well, the White Stag is definitely dead. Doesn't really have enough of effect for me to really have much incentive to Dark Fate that or anything. But you know what? I'm gonna Dark Fate. Oh, and well, looks like it's the Necromancer's problem now. It's the Necromancer and I'm missing a turn. Turn instead. Sprite is very nearly dead. Yep, the Sprite is definitely dead. Since Sprite has no followers. So we've got the first death of this particular adventure. And you've got a legendary ghost. So haunting the city now. Probably turn the music down a little bit. What does that do? See, Mistwalker. If you don't place a fate token on this card, what is a phase marker? The phase marker's dark side up. This card is an adventure card. Otherwise, history is a veil card. The Mistwalker will grant a character one of the following wishes of their choice, whereupon they will fate between realms. Flip the phase marker, gain Gain 1 strength, craft, life, and for fate, or teleport to any space in this region. It's a matter of which realm the Mistwalker is currently in. How much of an effect it will ultimately have. I think it's currently in the realm of souls. But yeah, because otherwise it would be grayed out. Oh, looks like I'm being visited by the werewolf. But hey, I got the best possible outcome. Except somebody decided to re-roll that. Becoming a lycanthrope is honestly second best. Because, you know, it gives you that nice boost of strength. Things during the night. Going to reroll so I don't have to walk into the desert. I found an alchemist. Be real great if somebody could encounter an event at some point. So that we can stop being affected by this whole moon mist situation. Alright, finally. We're free from the moon mist, so maybe I can start using my horse now. Now, all the spirits are going to be on this one space. Which also means that they need a part of the veil now. Yeah, I'm going to help you out, Ghost. Or at least I'll try to. Well, that certainly backfired, being worse. Granted, it didn't worsen the outcome, technically. It was just a worse roll. And I'm also now out of Dark Fate to use. I'm gonna reroll this one. I can finally get out of Dragon Tears. Visit the city, the alchemist and the city mate. He discarded the dragon tears to gain 5 gold. Definitely taking that. Just kinda hoping it'll be a dragon or a cultist, but oh well. Well then, I'm pretty sure I would even get the scale if it was a cultist. But then again, the scales don't really help with the challenge to defeat a dragon because it's specifically a legendary dragon, so it has to be one of the ones from the legendary deck, and so it doesn't even, so like the scales wouldn't even count for that because they're specifically +1 against the enemies from that particular dragon deck. What's the brass horseman do? Brass horseman will direct you into the place you most desire. On your next turn, instead of moving normally, you may teleport or to any space with a face-up place card. Oh, it does absolutely nothing. Like currently, that does absolutely nothing because there are no face-up place cards on the board. Could probably do quite a bit if we had like Cataclysm enabled. If I wanted to go with the classic board as opposed to the Cataclysm one, maybe I'll like alternate or something. You know, depending on how often I start doing these Talisman streams, which could be quite often depending on how the wheel spins, basically. Which, I'm gonna visit the Mystic, see what I get. I got ignored. Maybe I'll go into the woodlands. Just start, you know, get a path to, and see how that gets me. Right now, I'm unbound, because I think it's either one unbound or fateless or something like that, where I have no fate. So anything that cares about me being light or dark bound won't do anything unless it's got a special circumstance or if you have no fate. Looks like we're up to half lycanthropes now. Because me, the necromancer, and the vampire hunter are all lycanthropes. Okay, that means that we each get +2 strength and strength in combat uh, each night. The vampire hunter only just barely be that legendary lemur. Which means Slayer, I'm pretty sure it's literally just a lemur with 1 extra point in craft. Right. Riding horse. So you can go to the ruins, sentinel, or to the woods. I'm gonna go to the woods because that'll get me an extra thing in the form of a path. See, Path of Greed. Your object carrying limit is increased by 2. When you reach the meeting with Destiny Space, take 1 object or all gold from another character, then move to the city. And rolling for movement, you've got clear paths, and rolling for movement, you may roll 2, and add them together to determine how far you can move. When you reach the meeting with Destiny Space, move to any space not in the woodland or in a region. You got Path of Wisdom. When turning in trophies to gain strength or craft, reduce the number of strength or craft points you need by 1. When you reach the meeting with Destiny Space, gain 1 strength or 1 craft. I think I'm gonna go with Path of Greed. I got a Love Potion. Discard this card at any time to take 1 flower from a character in your space. If losing that flower forces that character to ditch any of their objects, you may take any of those ditched objects as well. Ooh. So basically I can seduce someone's mule away from them, and it'll carry the objects I was carrying with it. What I'll probably do is just, once I reach the meeting with Destiny Space, I'm gonna just take all of the gold from whoever the wealthiest player is. So that'll be great paired with this ending. Which I mean, hey, they'll get 1 gold back on their turn. You know, I'll be able to not only get however much gold the wealthiest player has, but also, you know, another 5 gold because I'll be in the city, so I can turn in these dragon tears. Or I could, you know, I could alternatively go for objects, but then again, only a handful of characters seem to have objects currently. Ooh, the ghost just got resurrected, and I'm pretty sure. least I thought that was the case. But maybe not. Because it could have sworn... Oh, Alchemist rolled a 6 for Judgment. Well, then that should have resurrected the sprite, right? Oh, maybe in order to get resurrected that way, you need to have a total of... You have to have at least one life. Gonna head to the witch tree, I guess. It's even, and clockwise is further in. For Dandy, he's the Norn who weaves fate of the present appears to test her destiny. Use your fate instead of your craft when in psychic combat with her. If you defeat Verdandi, gain a destiny instead of taking her as a trophy. He will remain here until defeated. Well, this is a real rough set of encounters. Oh, I get +2 in psychic combat as well. Interesting. So there actually was a small chance it could get a standoff. Fortunately, that saves me from having to deal with the Earthbreaker or anything else. Which, I mean, the Earthbreaker would be the only one that would be a real problem for me. Really? Gonna just attack me? Well, you're the one at a disadvantage, so... Guess you're rolling on the lycanthrope chart. Does he have any followers? Nope. So I have nothing that I can use my love potion to steal from him. Yeah, I'm also, halfway through the woodland, so probably gonna be like 2 or 3 more turns in here before I use the meeting with Destiny space. And Ethan can get out of my way. And this is finally able to get rid of that cursed follower. Riding horse. Move forward 11 spaces to the Mystic Glen. Drawing 2 cards. A Whetstone and an Herbalist. Taking that. And taking that. And that's progress towards a weekly challenge because I gained an object. I've got a clear shot to get into meeting with Destiny, so next turn I'll be out of the woodlands and probably good 9 gold richer. At least assuming I will count as encountering the space once I get to the city through my path. The Ogre Chieftain is once again having to deal with some Dragon Rage, and he's got no protection from that whatsoever because this is Grillipus, and he's got 2 new craft, so he can't even get a spell, even if he had the means to. And he's dead. Which means if anyone gets that one particular spell from the Realm of Souls expansion, then they could potentially trap 2 people right now. Interestingly, like, they didn't even do anything about that in the patch. Oh look, I'm getting a visit from the lycanthrope, the werewolf. Well, I'll definitely take you. And that's the Dark Fate accomplished nothing. I think I'll replenish my fate because I don't really need teleportation right now. So best option would be either healing or fate. I got exactly the amount I needed. Right. Oh, but wait. It's no longer... Let's see. Take one object or all gold from another character, then move to the city. So let's see. 0 gold, 1 gold, 0, 1, and 1. So I'm probably just gonna go for an object in that case. Token of Promise could be good. It's being held by the Alchemist. Necromancer has no objects. Neither the... Well, one of the ghosts has an object, but I don't really have a use for it. See, I think I'll just take this Token of Promise. Ooh, I could encounter the space or encounter Dragon Scale, but I think I'll encounter the space. That way at least I'll get some gold. By turning in those Dragon Tears for a nice 5 gold, hold towards the 20 that I need to be able to win the game. The Alchemist is having a real rough time in the swamp. Having to fight just like a growing number of dragons. You know what? You can reroll that 6 into a 5, I guess. Wait, how did the Necromancer die? Like, what happened there? You pay to reroll. Oh. If you pay Fate to reroll your attack roll and you roll a lower result, you are killed. It will remain here until it is killed. Heck yeah. And apparently, if somebody else pays Fate to force you to reroll, that counts. I was just trying to protect the dragon so that I could worship it later, but... You know, I didn't save the dragon, but I did murder the Necromancer by complete mistake. I've got enough money to buy a spell book, so... Well, right now... I have too many spells for it to really be useful. Like, if I could get that one particular spell, then I could just straight up lock like half of the characters in the game out. By just trapping them on the crowd command space for all of eternity. At least to my knowledge that would still happen even with the effect of the current inner region. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is just straight up the same inner region as normal, but with different aesthetics. So I think I'll head down to the Magic Emporium and buy myself a spell book. You know, oh, I had to spend literally all of my gold, but the sheer power of being basically a wizard now. Now, mechanically, he is good enough to make it worth it. Oh, the alchemist finally freed himself from the swamp. And I'm being attacked by the werewolf. You know what? I'm going to Twist of Fate. To turn it into specifically a 6. And I will heal my lives. And that's also a weekly challenge available, apparently. So I'm fully healed. I'm not my full complement of spells, so I get to draw another spell. Well, thanks to my spell book. And I've got a fair bit of fate. Interesting that all the ghosts seem to just be wandering through the dungeon. But you know, where they are has no real effect on them because those are just drawing veil cards everywhere anyway. Unless they're on the crown of command, specifically. Oh, and the Ogre Chieftain is fully dead now. So, Purple AI is gonna have to get an entirely new character. I think as far as burn spell goes, I think I'll keep that handy for if anyone tries to, like, use magic to steal my spell book or something. Oh, and we've got, like, we're 10 rounds in, so we've got our first beast. Alright, draw a spell, Force Meld. Cast on any other character, or at any time, choose up to 3 materials that character owns and craft them into an invention which that character must take. So basically, you have to, in order to have a use for that, you have to find character with 3 items that will... The 3 new materials that will together make a completely worthless invention. And the Traveling Bazaar has arrived. All it took was the... All that happened was the... Why? Oh, choose up to 3. You know what? I'll do that. Boom. You have an invention now, Vampire Hunter. Just because I don't want this largely useless spell. Here, have a crystalline bomb. Once per battle, you may dismantle this card to add 5 to your attack roll, and your spell limit is increased by 1. Have fun. We draw 3 woodland cards. It's like the alchemist is gonna have yet another rough fight. He's got no fate and no gold. And nobody spent Dark Fate to help him out either. Oh, and apparently lycanthrope status carries over to your incorporeal form, so I guess lycanthropy, like, infects your soul. Which, I mean, it is a curse more so than just a simple disease, so kind of makes sense. That wouldn't just be physical, it would be used for spiritual as well. Now, and getting another visit from the werewolf. Going to reroll. And I got another. Just gonna. I'll go for 2 light fate. You know, just keep a nice sort of equilibrium of 2 light and 3 dark. And the Vampire Hunter just got her ass beat. Even with that reroll, changed absolutely nothing. The Ogre Chieftain has become the assassin. Draw a spell, Psionic Blast. It's very good, because then that means that if I run into anything big, I can fight it with a strength of 6. So I think maybe I'll head into this area. Take the top 3 tile cards and put them in a stack in front of you. Let's add 1 to their strength. Okay, so it's a matter of whether I want 2 or 3 cards. I think I'll go for 2 cards. Pharaoh's Crown and the Gymnax. You find yourself fighting between warring twins, damned to fight made an eternal battle below the earth. Roll 2 dice. If the total is even, you escape unharmed. If it is odd, lose 1 life and miss your next turn. If you roll doubles, you defeat them both. Gain 1 strength or in craft. Right. So let's see. It is odd. Alright, so it's even. So I escaped unharmed. I got Pharaoh's Crown as well. If you engage a creature in battle or let's say combat, you may force a creature to reroll its attack roll. You may only do this once per turn. That's a pretty good ability to have. And that's another object towards the 25 objects I need to collect by the end of this week. I need to complete that challenge. You know what? Reroll that. Just gotta force the alchemist back into the woodlands. He's trying so hard to escape. And I just forced him right back in. And by rerolling his 5 into a 4. Well, that particular ghost is lucky to have had 1 life. Otherwise, the red AI would need a new character. But really? You're gonna go for craft? Like you don't even have to do that. You could have used your abilities as an assassin to make that real easy on yourself. Like, why would you go with craft when you could just go for strength and be able to assassinate? Yeah, I make some interesting decisions sometimes. See. I've got my full complement of spells, so Alright, gonna press on. Skull Passage, draw 2 cards from the bridge deck, even if there are already any cards on the space at the end of your turn. Shuffle all cards on the space into the bridge deck. Spirits add 1 to their craft. So you've got a Broken Sword and a Trapsmith. An extra Trapsmith has offered to join you on your journey. When you draw a trap, you may pay 1 gold to discard the trap with no effect. Alright, seems useful. Especially since I'm literally gonna have a constant flow of gold. Gold every time, because every time I run out of gold, the current ending just gives me more gold. That ghost just got very lucky. I hardly even remember the vampire hunter dying. There's a whole stack of wanted posters on top of the regular adventure deck. Because of the traveling in Bazaar. The ghost has decided to join me in the Deep Realms. Albeit from the other side of the veil. Right, gonna press on. Oh, that was a mistake. Pressing on just means I go right back, so I'm gonna allow myself one sort of little scum move to hopefully undo that mistake. Right, escape. So I can go to either the tunnel or the library. I'm gonna go to the library because then I have a chance at an extra turn. But not if I just have a good read. There we go. Got an extra turn. Gonna ride my horse through the dungeon. Down to this corridor. Counter snake pit. Which is not a trap, so Trapsmith can't do anything. With a snake pit. Right. I have no fate to reroll with. Let's see, do I have any followers I don't really need? I'm not really using the alchemist for anything. Dang, I'll let him perish to the snakes. I guess I could have used the alchemist to source of as a way to get gold from useless objects I find, but see, what again? Another wanted poster. Now that would be a good thing to alchemize. Is just the random wanted posters are clogging up the adventure deck. Oh, now Trophius has full of wanted posters. There's a card on the board. There's pretty much only one card to choose at this point. I got 2 1s. It's because I'm going to this tunnel. Wise man, add 1 to your craft. Wise man will join in another character if you or if they encounter you unless you invade the character. Right? Guess I have a wise man with me, and that means I have more room for spells. It looks like you could the vampire hunter has returned from the dead. I tried to make her reroll, but I ended up just getting the same result again. Yeah, no. You get death. You don't get a boon from the Reaper, you get death. Have fun. And at the start of my turn I get 1 fate. Because I am now fully out of fate. Which means that my charm will finally activate. Oh, interesting. The Lost Maiden lets you basically sort of bring things from one side of the veil to the other. And the vampire hunter's dead again. Via being trampled by a crab. Right, got 1 fate. And I guess I don't have a higher complement of spells. Huh. Because I should have gained a spell if I did. Right, Shadow. Should be an easy fight. It's just got 1 craft, so yeah, I've already beat it before even seeing its attack roll. All since I got 12-8. I'm sure somebody can have this broken sword. I'll give up 1 gold. After all, you know, if I give up 1 gold, then I'll just get 1 gold right back. Then after my turn. Ooh, destroy all Spirits of Veil cards. Oh. Well, 2 of the ghosts are just completely gone. Thanks to a cleansing fire. So the assassin and vampire hunter are just completely dead. Because they hadn't gained any life after they had died. So I have the Artificer, which is just you begin the game with 2 spells. During your turn you may destroy any magic objects you have in order to absorb their powers. Destroy one magic object to gain one spell. If your craft allows, destroy two magic objects to gain one craft. If you land on the runes, you may gain a spell if your craft allows. I think the effort sources this will not stop until all the missing knowledge of the surface world has been turned to ash. Before a character in this region can cast a spell, they must burn one of their other spells in the top card of the spell deck. She'll reign here until killed. Interesting. So, good thing I haven't been casting any spells in that region. Because otherwise, there would be some spells getting burned. Burned against my will. Or just takes that and then immediately destroys it to absorb its power. Guess I'll have to gain more craft other than just 5 to be able to bump up my complement of spells. Either that or it's just somebody that maybe companion, maybe fate from maybe craft from companions doesn't count or something. Which I mean, I think it does, but it does, so I must just be misremembering how much fate I need to, how much craft I need to hold 3 spells. Really, you're gonna go for the cursed follower instead of just a regular enemy encounter? Gonna ride my horse to the dungeon once again. Down to this corridor. Cave in. All characters in the dungeon must roll 1 die to determine what happens to them. Sure, I'll lose 1 life. Oh, and the Artificer has to also deal with that. And there's 1 random ghost that's in here as well. Hey, I made progress towards drawing 40 adventure cards. Oh, looks like the challenges actually have updated. Now I have challenges like, as the alchemist alchemizes objects to gain 10 gold, draw 40 adventure cards, gain fate of the pool of fortune and win a game. But, you know, the weekly challenges, those monthly challenges aren't going to update yet because those they haven't expired yet. So still got to defeat 10 monsters, gain 25 objects, gain 50 trophies, heal 25 lives, be a legendary dragon, defeat the ice elemental, gain 100 trophies, and win in a fight in the arena. Fully available for me to complete sometime this month. Hopefully. Well, sometime this week and this month, depending on the specific challenge. So the sage is in the woodland, so not affected by the sorceress. Now, oh, he will be. If he decides to cast a spell. Just strong is the sorceress. Oh, only strength of craft of 4? Or I can take that easily. Yep, a ghost is missing a turn. Freaking a riding horse. We can either head to the treasure chamber and fight the Lord of Darkness, but I am ill prepared for that, so I'm gonna head up to into these caverns instead. Got passageway, a knoll. You know what? I'm gonna throw in a Psionic Blast just to make sure that I beat this knoll. Because otherwise, it looks like it would have been a. Otherwise, it would have been just a dice roll. See what we get on here. Right, moving to the castle. Not sure I'll heal a life. Oh, and they allow me to just skip past any potential damage from. They allow me to skip past the inner region so I don't have to deal with Trovius or the Ifrit Sorceress, because I'm just already in the middle region now. Well, honestly, one of the better places to be when I don't have that much gold would probably be the city. Maybe, maybe I should have stuck around there a bit longer, rather than heading into the dungeon. On the Sage, just missing a turn. So Rising Mist, Thick Mist, this angles across the realms for or 3 rounds. All spirits add 1 to their attack score. Then a strong breeze pushes the Rising Mist to the discard pile. Okay, so it just buffs spirits a little bit. Right. Solstice Ritual, cast it any time to flip the time card. Sure, I'll just do that right now. Boom, it's night again. After all, I'm at an advantage at night. I think I'll head over here. Count Dragon Scale. Cave of Bones. Cave will remain here for the rest of the game. Draw 1 Dragon token. If you draw a Dragon Scale that matches the Dragon King, you may immediately claim it, otherwise resolve the Dragon token normally. And it matched the Dragon King, so I got to keep it. So now I've got, if I ever want to fight something from the Kadora's deck, then I've got a distinct advantage of +1. And that's pretty much the only use I'll have for Dragon Scales for as long as I remain in the Dragon Priestess. Okay, I've got another, back to having only 1 spell, so draw another spell next turn. How does the Artificer get that much gold? Does he just start out? Nope, he doesn't start out with a whole bunch, so guess he, or I think he did cast a spell that gave him some gold, I think. So that's part of it. Okay, I'll be able to take all of that if I can draw Generosity. I think yep. Sage got beat by a bear. Oh, and we've got second. Yeah, second beast now as well. So get set to limit it to just 2 at once, as at most. Guess at the start of the turn you may take 1 soulbound card from any space on the board. Interesting. Right, so the only thing available for that is this Screaming Skull, so I'll take that, I guess, with Remnant of the other side. And hey, I get bump in Psychic Combat. Just gonna ride my horse. Either the Portal of Power or the Warlock's Cave. You know, I'll head on down to the Warlock's Cave so I can try and get the Talisman. Gain 1 strength is my quest now. Which I could potentially just draw a spell and that'll get and have that get me the strength I need. Need to get my Talisman. Apparently, white fungus is especially aggressive against ghosts. It adds +3 to its attack against ghosts. There goes that 1 point of life that the red ghost had. Vassal of Darkness. Oh, the Artificer definitely has his work cut out for him with this space. She didn't even get to the Vassal of Darkness. Well, the Vessel of Darkness. It is because he was too busy getting beaten by a giant beetle. Yep, can't figure that goes to go for the many-faced shade over the Lord of the Dead. You know, one of those is significantly more dangerous than the other. Like, draw a spell, Benediction, and it casts at the start of as any character at the start of the turn. Character gains 2 lives. Okay, so I've got to wait. Oh wait, no. I can cast it on myself right now. Boom. I've got 8 lives now. You know, just doubled my life. Gonna head on over here. Count the Dragon Scale again. Mystic Dragon. At the start of your turn, you may gain 1 spell if your craft allows. Sure, I'll take a Mystic Dragon and another control. Oh wait, no. Yeah, actually, Kador's was once again the Dragon King at the exact right time for me. So if I ever fight anything from the Kador's deck, I'm getting +2. And now I basically get up to 2 spells per turn. Earn provided that my craft allows me room for 2 whole spells and not just 1. And as has been the case for pretty much this entire game. Agents once again abandoned a path by leaving the woodlands. Chilling winds. First screaming winds run through the land. 2 rounds, characters in all regions may only move 1 space per turn. Ghost characters may move as normal or reduce their movement by 1. Okay, so... Mark for Glory. Casting yourself when you're about to make a die roll. After rolling, you may add up to 6 to the result of the die roll. Guess I'm heading into the woods. I'm picking up a wanted poster. Oh, but I can claim a bounty from it. So I can get 2 gold. Neat. Which that's actually useful because that gets us closer to the alchemist is back in the swamp. Now I have 3 out of the 20 gold I need in order to be able to win the game instead of just 1. Will risk roll 2 dice to determine the total craft of these lost souls. kill them, gain 1 craft. If we would thus discard them instead of taking them as a trophy, they will remain here until killed. So the Artificer is continuing to have a rough time. It would be great if I could draw a legendary dragon while I've got this Mark for Glory in hand. Because then I can just demolish it. But you know, first we've got to get through all of the wanted posters that were just sort of stacked on top of the adventure deck. And it's pretty much just wanted posters because I don't think there are even any other cards in the city region. And you know, when the Traveling Bazaar happened, so I'm gonna hop back over here, count Dragon Scale, Dragon Lore. Whenever you draw dragon cards, you may discard 1 card of your choice that you do not wish to encounter, and draw one more card from the same deck to replace it, in which you must encounter. If you are defeated by a cultist, you must ditch the Dragon Lore. Right. So I'm going to make this ogre sleep. So now I can basically just start filtering through the dragon decks a little bit, so I can hopefully get some dragons to worship and some cultists to join my congregation, rather than just finding more just weird places and objects I don't super need, like dragon tears. Like, I mean, the dragon tears were useful since they got me. You better not just drag me over or whatever. Actually, I think that particular event, you go to where your opponent is instead of them coming to you. Well, the Artificer's dead. But the Necromancer got to come back to life, maybe in return. That's probably why you chose to. The Artificer's just dead immediately, just completely dead immediately. That's probably why he didn't say choose me or anything. As with that particular event, if you kill your opponent, you get to come back to life immediately. But I am far from dead. I am doubly extra alive. Instead. this ghost can pretty easily come back whenever it wants. Like it's the only ghost currently around. Gonna use my riding horse. Guess I'm heading to the ruins. And it's an E-core, so... Oh, I actually get to encounter it. Do I have any... Yeah, I have a strength trophy. Yeah, I'm actually weak enough to encounter this thing. I'm gonna reroll and kill it. So now I have 5 points of strength trophies, so pretty much just need to win one more battle and I'll be able to complete my Warlock's quest and get a Talisman. Looks like the Wraith Lord's going down. Got defeated by the Necromancer. Still got beat by the Clockwork Sentinel though. Which means that he's back to being dead. Oh, but wait. And nothing happened from the elixir. Oh. Not only didn't... It wasn't even simply nothing happened. The elixir proved to be poisonous, so... He double died. Because he lost one life... Because he lost his last life, and then he lost another life. Well, looks like somebody's finally gonna beat the Clockwork Sentinel after all this time. It just took a charging Minotaur to do it. Just to get some nymph hair and one trophy. Well, the Minotaur just had to boost craft with, of all things. The Minotaurs are more battle focused than psychic combat focused. But I mean, it's good to shore up your weaknesses too. Ooh, there's a whole 10 gold. And I'll just sing. Ooh. Well, the Sage is about to have a real bad time. He gets a 15 craft demon. 15 craft legendary demon just obliterated him. And on top of that, the Tempest or whatever collided with him. Yeah, Zephyr. Zephyr will remove one life from each character it moves through. As Zephyr moves, it brings any cards from its original space with it, buzzing around the space it moves to. And if Zephyr passes the space it started its movement on, Zephyr reaches the apex, completing the Eternal Storm. And it just... yeah, it's the beast that continually picks up speed. Let's see... I probably should have used my horse, honestly. Well, guess I'm going over here. And fighting... this... there's an ogre. Marked for glory. Definitely gonna need it. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, might as well just go all the way. And now I have an axe, but I'm just gonna ditch it. Trade trophies. Ogre, trade for strength. Take a talisman. Now I have to ditch something to keep my talisman. I'll ditch the Screaming Skull. Now I've also got room for an additional spell. I can get Elixir of Wisdom or anything like that. It would be great if I could get like one more point of craft. Which I mean, I could potentially draw one of multiple spells that can get me more craft. And the Minotaur is about to arrive in middle region as well. Stampeding on past the Sentinel. Ooh. Serve your turn. Each character must draw the top card of the adventure deck. If the card is fireproof, place it back on top of the deck, otherwise burn it. Well, she's dead, so it changes nothing. Other than, the Minotaur now has an extra trophy. They can turn into any stat he wishes. And the Minotaur is off to a great start for a pretty much completely fresh new character for the purple AI. The sage is opted to venture into the dungeon. Or at least up to the dungeon entrance. And we now have two characters. Huh? Why would you discard a talisman? You kind of need that if you're going to potentially win the game at all. But then again, I'm pretty sure you also need to be alive to win the game, and under most circumstances. There is one ending where you actually specifically win as a ghost. Like, not just you can win as a ghost, but you have to be a ghost, basically. Do Mind Steal. Let's see. Yeah, everybody except the ghost and the Minotaur have spells, so... Yeah, I'm gonna steal... Oh, I guess I can't target the alchemist right now for whatever reason. In that case, I'll take whatever the sage has. Cast it, then you have to have just drawn one or more adventure cards. Discard any one adventure card that you've just drawn and draw a replacement which you must encounter. Guess I'll steal Alteration, then from the sage. Gonna use my riding horse this time. Pay another visit over here. Count Dragon Scale. Draw a Grillipus card. For which whenever you draw spells, you may draw one more card than required. You must then discard one spell that you do not wish to keep. Absolutely taking that. That sounds amazing. To be able to just sort of filter through the spells a little bit. The alchemist has become the dreaded. Increase your strength value by 1, increase your fate value by 1. When you win a battle or psychic combat, you may replenish one dark fate. When you're about to engage in battle or psychic combat with a character, you must spend one dark fate to force him to lose one life. Even the brave shy away from your presence while all others flee your approach. Which I think maybe add some kind of magical protection. Oh, and he's just riding around in the Baba Yaga's hut, so he's continually moving 5 spaces at a time every time, specifically. So as long as he's got that follower with him, as long as I don't land directly 5 spaces in front of him, then we'll be fine. Which I mean, not like he can really do much to me anyway. He could maybe beat me in combat and steal some of my stuff. And that's about it. Like, you know, I'm far from death. So I've got not only all of my life, but twice. Oh, here's my starting life total. I get the feeling that I'm not going to be wrapping up this particular game of Talisman and today, So probably end up being continued next Tuesday. There's 310 and nobody's super close to winning. Well, depending on how much speed Zephyr ends up picking up, right, Verdant Witch, so they can, alright, cast another card when they spend a fate. Back to that phase, is cancel and you replenish all your fate. I think I will take Lightning Bolt. Wait, hold on. When did I lose my other spell? Alright, I'm going to keep Counterspell, I guess. Yeah, I had another spell that I just lost for some reason. But hey, now at least I've got a Counterspell to make up for the loss of Burn spell. Gonna travel on over to the Hidden Valley. Counter Dragon Scale. Draw a Glypus card. Slumbering Dragon. I think I will encounter that. And you know what? I'm gonna fight it. You know, all I have to do is beat its roll. Force it to re-roll. You know, basically do sort of a do-over. Come on. And it beat me. Well then. But hey, at least I've got plenty of life. Yeah, I was hoping that maybe I could beat it so that I could get some more craft. And the sorceress is having to discard a spell. Oh wait, she has no spells. So instead, I guess maybe something. No, it wasn't that. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Oh, when you reach the Being with Destiny space, each character must discard all of their spells. If 3 or more spells are discarded, gain a Destiny, then move to any room space. That's what happened. It was the ascension of the alchemist becoming the dreaded. That caused the loss of my burn spell. You know, again, I got a counter spell to make up for it. You know, if anyone tries to target me with any hostile magics, I can just counterspell. Well, at least. Well, I think that Cloud Dragon is about to die. Yep. This Minotaur's cleaning everything out. There's nothing in its path that can survive. Sage just got sent back 3 spaces. Zephyr is also picking up speed, so depending on how that goes. This game may end up depending with the Zephyr reaching the apex. Alright, I'm safe regardless, it looks like. Yeah, I can go to either of these spaces, not have to worry about the alchemist trying to like attack me or anything. Wind Rider. Just got 1 strength. Thanks effectively. Oh, and I can trade trophies now. Because I've got enough to buff my strength again. If I could just get enough to buff my craft, then I could start drawing more spells. Could probably also try like attacking some of these beasts. You know, see if I can, or maybe I could at least do something about the when did the Minotaur? Oh right, the Minotaur was able to get a spell from the bomb. Let's see. Crystalline Bomb, I believe, gives you 1 spell. I believe grants 1 spell when destroyed. May give the amateur inventor a material of your choice in order to discard one of your inventions and craft a new one from the top 3 materials from the material deck. Well, then again, when did When did the Minotaur start being able to do magic? That's what I want to know. Because, like, I don't believe the crystalline bomb. See, Minotaur drew a spell. Where did he draw a spell from? Oh, during the nightmare, he always had one spell. He's got Disciple of Darkness giving him magic powers. And now he also has the Demonic Rod of Lightning. If you're defeated in psychic combat and just lost a life, roll and die. On a 5+, you are protected, but still lost to psychic combat. If you may dismantle this card to take one additional turn after this one. But also cannot be dismantled. So it's just protection in psychic combat. Because it can't be dismantled, so you can't activate the dismantle ability. I don't think. Because, I mean, it specifies, can't be dismantled. Oh, the Minotaur's going to lose a follower. Using the Amateur Inventor. He's also... Why would you go for psychic combat against the Eagle King? Like, battle is your entire thing, Minotaur. Why would you not go for the option that gets you a 6? Hey, at least he healed one life. Bright light. What does that do? Light on the horizon is calling you. Here for 2 rounds, including this to an all-ghost character. You add 1 to their movement roll. Then the light dims to the discard pile. So, this one ghost gets to move a little bit faster now. I'm gonna ride my horse around again. Head to the hills, see what I find there. That was maybe a bad idea because now I can queue up however queue up of lightning bolt to stun the alchemist. Alright, alchemist, you do not get this turn. Just straight up, you don't. I can even counterspell a counterspell if I have to. But this gives me a turn to get out of the path of the Baba Yaga's hut. Or at least a potential path, since the alchemist could decide to need to go the other way. You know, he gets that much choice in the matter. But, you know, I'd rather not even have a chance that he could try and attack me. Minotaur's stampede the Sentinel once again. Yep, stampede, auto kill. Smashes the rest of Automaton as well, despite not even being able to stampede that one, since it's craft. And just immediately heads back out to go fight Zephyr, losing one life in the process. But hey, he killed Zephyr and got the Eternal Spark. So he's got, when you are encountered by a character, they lose one life for each weapon, and for each armored weapon they have. So, if somebody tries to come at him with a weapon, there's a small chance that they could just die on the spot. As a result of taking one damage from just having a weapon. Okay, now we can have another beast, and another beast is about to arrive. Zephyr got murdered just in time for a new beast to arrive. Finger of Death. Cast on any character or creature you are about to engage in battle. Cast on a character, they lose 2 lives. Cast on a creature is killed. Enemies killed may be taken as trophies. I think I'll just keep that. Let's see what we're working with here. Callan, the Smoldering Titan. It's one that cares about dragons. If you kill Callan, take the Glaive of Callan to Beast Reward. Right. I wonder. If I go fight that thing, and I use Finger of Death, will it lose 2 life, or will it because it has a life total. So the question is, if I fight it, will it lose 2 life, or will it die instantly if I use Finger of Death on it? Or does it even count as a creature, or like, does it even count as a thing? Oh, and I guess, alright, the place cards are just a regular card, so it's the rain cards I was thinking of with this guy earlier. He was still useless because there were still no place cards on the board at that time. Wait. Oh, I guess you can? Wait, what? What did he use this for? What did he use his demonic rod for? Oh, oh. I think maybe if you make something I think maybe if you use... I think maybe it actually created a kind of ridiculous combo. Because either it's useless, or it's extremely useful. I imagine it's useless. It is on the gaining extra turns front. Because that seems like a major oversight for there to be a combo that exists where you can just keep getting infinite additional turns by just repeatedly using the same item that's supposed to be a one-off use. So I imagine it's probably that you can only dismantle it if it's dismantled. You can only get the return if it's a dismantleable item. And because it's adamantine, it's not dismantleable. But at the same time, the Minotaur tried to use it. And he tried to do something with it. Okay. It would appear that he did not gain any extra turns. So I'd say the AI just doesn't fully understand that it can't do the thing. Due to the fact that it's an undismantlable item with an ability that requires it to be dismantled. Oh, the stage is having a real rough time. So we now have to wait for every other card in the dungeon to be rolled for. Most of the, I think it was only like the broken end sword that got destroyed by the thing. Shifting Maze has returned. Allowing the ghost to move one space in either direction. Replacing wrong turn. Or not. Back to the space where you started your turn and encounter that space again. Oh really? You're going for a much tougher fight? Then again, you just evaded it anyway, so... Oh, and the alchemist just got burned. Right. See. Right, there's 6 spaces that I'd have to traverse to get over to where I specifically want to be, so I'm gonna... Whirlwind. Whirlwind whips up into the space. Roll and die for each object you're carrying. Well, shit. I'm about to lose a whole bunch of stuff, potentially. Token of Promise. Managed to hold on to that. Or... possibly not. Nope. The Dark Fate was wasted. But the Dragon Lore gets flung 6 spaces away. And I wasn't really using it much anyway. Pharaoh's Crown. I get to keep, even unless somebody can Dark Fate that into being a 1 through 3. Nope. Everybody's just wasting their Dark Fate, trying to force me to lose my objects. Love Potion just gets flung 2 spaces away. Fortunately, most of the stuff that I've been using followers anyway, so like I don't really need this whetstone, but I got to keep it. My talisman ends up getting flung 3 spaces away. It's gonna have to go retrieve that. Oh good, at least I'm keeping my spell book unless somebody... Okay, good. Most of the items that I lost... The only item I'm really gonna miss is my talisman. And now the ones that got flung. So at least I've got that going for me. I can keep trying to pursue this big dragon. Honestly, mostly just for for science, basically. So I can try and Finger of Death it. Yeah, the Minotaur's just gonna keep trying to use an unusable item. Better not summon me over there. When if the sage had had a weapon, then he would have actually just straight up died. If he'd had a weapon or armor. I mean, at night, if I encounter the big dragon at night, then I could actually at least fight it in psychic combat and have that be a roll-off. Because you don't have the Screaming Skull anymore, so I don't get a special edge in psychic combat. Then again, in order to use Finger of Death, I need to go into battle. Which, I'll be pretty close in battle anyway. Maybe because I get... Maybe because I'll have a +2. So it'll be 6 against 7, I think. Yep, 6 versus 7. Sage has gotten himself a talisman. Which unfortunately, you know, if I can roll a 3 on my move, then I can also get tort. I can also pick up my talisman on the way. And again, the big dragon's also... The dragon's also left of this region. Which means that in order for me to fight it using a spell, guess I'll have to burn my counterspell. Oh well. Gotta do this for science. What? Why do I have to fight... Why do I have to fight Trovius? Let me fight the big dragon. Guess I'm fighting Trovius now. Even though I don't particularly want to. Especially not if he's going to almost defeat me. And on top of that, I have to take a wanted poster off of him. Like, why can't I fight this thing? Whilst the dragons on the board Callan cannot be encountered, I see. Well then. Guess I could have tried to finger Trovius and found out what would have happened, at least. you know, the mechanics would be the same, but at the same time, if I had successfully done it, if I had successfully killed Trovius with my powerful finger, then I wouldn't get whatever the glaive thing does. I'm not even entirely sure what that Beast Reward does. Actually, I think I can specifically check. See, Beast Rewards. Playing Deadly Poisons. Dual Order. Frozen Winds. Glaive of Challenge. And if you defeat beasts in battle or second combat and didn't cause it to lose a life, you may absorb a part of its soul by placing one soul fragment token on this card. Add 1 to your attack score for each soul fragment and token on this card. If there are 10 or more soul fragment tokens on this card, you win the game. Whoa! Did not expect it to be an alternate win condition. But that just makes me want it more. Since I could just win by collecting the souls of beasts instead of just making a whole bunch of money and then making my way over to the Crown of Command. Looks like I'm probably going to be calling it in the next 8 to 12 minutes. So I'm about the 3-hour mark and it's just under quarter to 4 EST. And Sage does not get to just slide on in and take my love potion. He instead gets to die. Yeah, the Lost Warrior is definitely better than Deathstalker. Oh, this could actually be pretty bad for me. Alright, Trovius stopped just short of my space. Alright, so in order to fight the dragon, I have to alright. The Dragon King becomes Dragon King again, then you have to deal with it, and so seems I can't re-enter the middle region right now. Oh, anyway. So I'm gonna encounter a scale here. Carry on Drake. Counter. I'm gonna fight it. It's night, so I get a buff from that. Alright, so Pharaoh's Crown. Gonna force her to just basically do a complete do-over. And it changed absolutely nothing. Fantastic. Like, I think it bumped my total up by 1, and that's it. And that was not enough to really get me anywhere. I keep trying to get craft trophies, to get another point of craft so I can have a full 3 spells. It just keeps not happening. Speaking of not happening, the Minotaur keeps trying to... He's basically just like beating this unbreakable equal rod of hit is against every rock he can find to try and get its temporal magic to activate, and it's just not happening because it has to break. And it's unfortunately indestructible. Hey, at least he healed the life he lost. That was from that fight with those 2 dragons just now. Okay, so I have to ditch a card. I'll ditch the herbalist. I haven't been using her for anything other than maybe a potential sacrifice later on down the line. That thing's gonna be hard to fight. Like anytime there's dragons, anywhere, or you can't encounter it. So maybe I'll just fight Trovius for a while. Oh, he's coming right towards me. Yep, and he's hitting me. Here, you can have your wanted poster back. Now he's right behind me. Replenish 1 fate. Gonna step over here. Counter Dragon Scale. Grove Arthur's card. It's a cultist. So I finally have someone in my congregation. So I get +1. So I can use him to get +1 every time I name I pray. I think I'll just go I think I'll keep going until level 4 because that way, you know, it's only another 4 minutes. You know, it's slightly longer, been live for slightly longer because as I started a little bit early. You know, I didn't go live at exactly 1 o'clock on the dot, so... Poor Minotaur just keeps like beating his indestructible rod on whatever he can find to try and get time magic to activate. And it just keeps not happening. And he just turned basically all of his items into money. I mean, that's a valid strategy with the ending we're working with, so... And the Ifrit Sorceress is still around, but not for much longer. Like, literally, like, 2 seconds longer. So now, everybody can freely cast the spells in the outer region without having to worry about burning any spells. I think I might just fight Provius and see what happens if I use a finger on him. Because, you know, that way I'll at least find out, you know, what happens, if it's even an option. Because, I mean, that card was kind of designed without the beasts in mind, so... Provius does a little scuttle. A little momentarily. Like, I don't know if they count... for the... Like, I don't know what they count as for the purposes of using the finger, or at all. So I think that would probably be the last thing to finish off on here. Yep, you can use Finger of Death on beasts. But do they count as an enemy or do they count as a character? They count as a character, apparently. Or, nope. They count as an enemy, but they still live. It counts as just defeating them. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for me today. So thank you all for watching. Gonna find somebody to raid, and tomorrow I'll be back with something else I haven't quite decided yet. Let's see. Doesn't look like any of my followers are alive, so I'm just gonna See if anybody else is live with Talisman. If not, yep, there is somebody else live with Talisman. Like a couple people. One person streaming in German and one streaming in so I will send a raid over to the person streaming in English, because that way it's a language that I know that anybody watching, everybody here presumably understands, because otherwise you wouldn't understand what I'm saying right now. Unless you've got some way of just, like, on-the-fly translation. So thank you all for watching. Next stream tomorrow around the same time is something else. Also, a next Talisman stream will be next Tuesday, I guess, since we didn't finish this game.